Good evening, gang. It's Transformers Tuesday once again. Today I bring you my Comic Con haul from MCM London 2026 for the month of May. MCM, of course, will return in October, and I'm gonna go again. So consider this part one of two in terms of an MCM Comic Con haul. There's not a huge amount to get through, but there are some goodies to look at. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Good evening, Space. Congrats on being first. Hello, Versace. Space Bunny is melting. Indeed. It is still... I hesitate to say as bad as yesterday. I think today might be slightly better, but not by much difference. Although Hannah and I both just remarked how, while we were having dinner, the kitchen miraculously was able to cool down. There's such a lovely breeze coming inside. I think it's probably the coolest room in the house now. Which is weird because, you know, we not long finished cooking in there. And we had the hob on, we had the all the hot stuff going. My headphones feel broken. I hope they're not. What's that? Quote 318. I'll do what any normal person would do and lather it on my nipples. Classic Robo. So here is the haul. Indeed, it's not a number that I was going to stick to, but it's a number that I walked away with. So more Transformers are on the way. Don't tell Hannah. No, she knows I'm joking. We have here from left to right, we've got Studio Series 86 Perceptor, Studio Series 86 Brawn, RIP, and Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Tracks. And then we have Warpath down here, Combiner Wars Warpath, that is. Can't really see him because of the bag he's in. I'm going to go with him first, so don't worry. And then we've got Blokees Wheels, CT01 Optimus Prime, Truck, et la Trailer. So yeah, we've got some good guys to look at. So let's start with Combiner Wars Warpath. Combiner Warpaths, if you will. I mean, that being said, like the toy line was Combiner Wars. He himself does not combine. Indeed, there were quite a few figures in that line who didn't combine with anyone, and yet they were in the Combiner Wars line. Hey ho. But one could argue that, you know, the age of the Primes line, not all the characters are Primes. So there we are. Hello, Venomane, welcome. This bag is very loud, and I can't get it open. Do I have anything sharp? I've got a screwdriver. Even the screwdriver is struggling. Oh, fuck me. There we go. So, I've never handled this figure before, so I'm going to be learning the transformation at random. It's dusty. Wow. If the guy's going to sell it for me for 20 quid, at least clean it up first. Not all characters are divisible by themselves and one. Indeed. Jesus. I'm pretty sure that the other guys are dusty too, so expect to see this paintbrush a lot. Okay, I think we're there. It's not perfect. I think he might need a little extra dust off when he's in robot mode. We'll see how we go. Anyway, there he is. Here's his tank form. Looking a bit different to how normal Warpaths look. They're usually a bit more, a bit of a shorter, stubbier kind of tank. I can't remember exactly what type of tank Warpath is meant to be. TF Wiki lists this as a generic tank. But it's also not actually an original Warpath mold. This is a retool of Combiner Wars Legends class Megatron. So you'll kind of see why it was Megatron first when we turn him into robot mode. Fake dust, authentic shelf dust, cost extra, yeah. Legacy, Evolution, Armada Universe, Optimus Prime, got chunky trailer. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a really chunky trailer. I mean, even the original Armada Prime had a chunky trailer. And I fucking love it. Like, honestly, I did the unboxing of that Prime in the beginning of 2024, I think. Late 2023, something like that. And God, it was like instantly my figure of the year. Because I'm hugely nostalgic for Transformers Armada. It's an Optimus Prime I've coveted for ages, and then suddenly there's a new one, and I'm like, get that in my collection. There's a new one on Hasbro. Yeah, I think they're relisting it because of the Commander class Jetfire that they're doing later this year, which I have pre-ordered. And it should work with the one with the Prime I've already got. Right, anyway, let's... I mean, there's not really much to say about this. It's a tank. It moves like a tank should. Rolls pretty well for what it is. But yeah, we're here to turn this into a robot, so let's take a look at him. Yeah, that's very much a chest plate. Where's that going to go? I think the legs... Oh yeah, there you go. Legs pry apart. Fold all the way down. Oh, and then I think they fold up. Wait, did they? Oh yeah, there we go. They fold up. Like that. That looks about right. Total guesswork on my part, but it all, you know, they look like a pair of legs. There's his head. And then the arms clamp to the back to stop the chest moving, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Combiner Wars Legends class Warpath. So, get this angle a bit better. Did I say better? I meant worse. Warpath, be afraid of my tiny cannon. I'm not commentating on anything. His barrel is exciting. Yeah, well, I mean, that's obviously why it was Megatron first. Because Warpath famously, or traditionally, has his tank cannon barrel sticking out of his chest. But I saw it and I'm like, yeah, that's a cool looking guy. You know, I didn't see the price on it. But I thought, oh yeah, go on, I'll add that into the pile as well. Do you think this? Do you think this is worth 20 quid? I mean, I'm nowhere near an expert on valuing my collection or how much secondhand Transformers should be. This might be a little bit of a rarity. I don't know. I don't know how educated with Transformers the store seller was at Comic-Con. He just remarked, "Oh, you're a bit of a Transformers fan, are you?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." New boxed, perhaps. Yeah, 20 quid for like mint in box, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've got it now. It's in the collection. It's there. It's another version of Warpath. It's pretty cool. His head is absolutely tiny compared to the size of his mammoth calves. Look at that. And I guess for a bit of fun, because these bits look a bit like tippy toes, you could give him an extendo leg mode. There we are. Will he stand up? Yeah. There you go. It's just the little bits of fun. The little bits of fun we find with these figures. Depends on rarity to get hands on. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I had no idea, really. And also the signal is fucking trash when you're in the middle of Comic-Con when there's people all around you. So it's not even like I could stop and look it up to see, you know. I also didn't even think to try and haggle. The one time I tried haggling with someone, I got like not a snotty response, but like a serious response. But I think they were just quite a serious person. But I took it the wrong way, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll pay what you're offering," you know. Yeah. Anyway, Combiner Wars Warpath. Then there he is, over and done with. I didn't even go over his posability, did I? So his head, small as it is, does rotate. You can barely see it moving. Doesn't really move all the way, just enough to get him to kind of look to the left and right. Arms are kind of a chain of ball joints, so outside movement, rotation and such. Elbow is on a ball joint, which means you get all that range of motion. His cannon can move to be on top of his arm or to the side, again in that Megatron style. As small as he is, he's got 5mm hand holes, so he could hold a gun I guess twice as big as he actually is. I don't have one to hand. No waist rotation. I just tried there. I think that's probably locked in place by the transformation. He does feel so small that my hands are like blocking him from view. I'm trying to show him to you guys. Ball joint on the hip. So he's got a kind of outside movement there and it can move back and forth. He has a beautiful Jean-Claude Van Damme. Look at that. He's so close to turning into a cassette for Blaster there. Or Soundwave, but he's an Autobot, so we'll say Blaster. A little bit of a bend at the knee. A little bit of disconnect at the knee, like just because of the way this all folds around, it doesn't sit flush with his thigh piece here, so you've got a little bit of give with the knee there, kind of bend his knees inward. Just not by much, but you know, it's there, and he can still stand up, so that's the main thing. Toes move down mostly for the benefit of transformation. They won't really serve anything in robot mode, but yeah, there we go. That is Combiner Wars Warpath. The hammer helps him over that hump. Hammer. Yes. Cool. 1 down. 4 to go. Let's sit him there. We will turn him into a tank again later. Turning him into a tank. Who should I go with next? Tracks, Perceptor, or Brawn? I've got my hands on Brawn, so we'll go with Brawn. Here we are. So yeah, this one I paid about as much as you would do for like normal retail price. He's not packaged very well. I don't care about that, but I think, you know, this kind of price I can understand. But like, how do you justify £5, only £5 less for that with no box, an older figure than what this is, and then sell this for 25, just £5 more than that? I don't, like, by that logic this should have been sold to me for like 50 quid but it wasn't. Never mind. I'll tell you what though, something I absolutely said no, well, I didn't tell him I said no to, but I looked at it because I wanted it, but I was like, ugh. They had a Voyager class Studio Series 86 hot rod for £100, and that was a reseal like this. It wasn't mint. And if anything, I think the value of that has dropped from what it should, from what it would be for normal pricing, because they're doing a reissue of Hot Rod with more movie accurate colours. I think, like a little bit more pink than red. So everyone's going to be gunning for that and not the old one. But I still, you know, I would, if it was cheaper, I probably would have got it. Yeah, I don't know. Again, like I said on stream yesterday, kind of not much there in terms of Transformers. You know, I was a bit late to go to all my usual suspects in terms of retailers. Kapow Toys were there, but they only had really the Blokees stuff. He hasn't resealed this very well. The instructions are all over the place. Good grief. Never mind, I'm still not mad that this is 25, because at least, you know, at least I get the instructions with him. Although, now listen, I know a fair bit about Transformers, okay? I think that's fair to say. I'm not an expert, but I think I know the difference between Dinobot Snarl and Brawn. So the reseal has been packaged with the wrong instructions. And you know what? Snarl was for sale from this guy, but I didn't go in for that. I think, again, I just thought, I didn't think the resale price was worth it. So if anyone did buy Snarl, they probably have the instructions for Brawn. Or maybe I'll find the instructions for Brawn in Perceptor's box or Track's box, and then it'll be someone else, and we'll follow a daisy chain of incorrect instructions. So fuck it hell. Well, I literally have no use for this. Maybe he transformed into Snarl. Maybe. Like, I don't even know what to do with this. I'll probably just chuck it in the recycling. I don't think I'm going to get anything for it. God. Okay. I love that this guy has also included the plastic, like, tags that hold the figures in place. Yeah, thanks. I really wanted those. I think the only accessory he's got is his gun, so it looks like that's all there at least. Oh yeah, here we go. This is from the era when Studio Series felt the need to... Oh! Oh my god! Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so we do have instructions for Brawn, but look what else popped out. Instructions for Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. Beachcomber and Paradise Parakeet. To be fair, I do kind of want this Beachcomber, but I think I was too late for it to get it mainstream. So, what the hell is going on? 2 incorrect instructions packaged in with the correct instructions for this one figure. Those resealers suck at their job. They really do. Makes me wonder if they was like they just fucking stole them or something. But then why go to the effort of opening them and repackaging them? I guess to make it look like they've been pre-owned. And that does explain the excessive uptick of the figures as well. I don't know. At my next con, I'm going to run into another buyer that wants to trade instructions, maybe. I lost the weapon and gave you an extra pot. Oh, God. Oh, well, no. Brawn's weapon is in there, so there's that at least. How absolutely bizarre. God. Oh, but wait. Good news, everyone. It still has the health hazard warning, choking hazard. I think these are universal. This doesn't say that it's specifically for Brawn. How fucking bizarre. Anyway. Right, well that's good. I do have the instructions for Brawn then. I haven't got to figure it out for myself. Okay. Is that right? Oh, well he's pretty great as a robot. He looks a lot more accurate to the cartoon than my Masterpiece Brawn, which isn't actually official Masterpiece. That's by a third-party company called Final Victory, who seem to have disappeared off the face of the earth. They dropped a 3-pack of Brawn, Warpath, and Huffer, which I snapped up because I thought it was a decent price. 60 quid for 3 Masterpiece grade figures. And yeah, they haven't made anything else. So yeah. Oh yeah, but he's pretty cool. The colorations are spot on. And I like that the spare wheels on the roof. That's true Brawn, that is. It can detach, but it serves no purpose. I mean, I guess he can hold it. There you go. I don't know why. He can... I don't know. Spin it like a Beyblade. And then just... There you go. Brawn does blade. And then there's just his little rifle there, his little blaster. Now pull out the original receipt from 1986. Now that I might be able to sell for a bit. It's like an authentic original Transformers purchase. His backpack doesn't seem correct. It might be. I'm gonna have to check the instructions for that. There he is. Just a chunky Autobot bro. I'm a big fan of guys like that. I think the proportions look good. His legs aren't accurate. His feet look a bit lost underneath those shins. But, you know, Brawn is meant to be a kind of Eddie Hall type guy. Super strong. Kind of short, kind of stocky. I don't actually know how tall Eddie Hall is. I only ever see him next to Thor Bjornsson and... Olivia Rixters from... Oh, I think Olivier is from Denmark, and I think Thor is from Iceland. But they're all like competitive, you know, weightlifters, strong men. And Eddie Hall just looks really short next to them, and so I don't know if he is actually that short. Scrankles. So TF Wiki said that this version of Brawn has a stilt leg mode built into the transformation. because of how the original 1986 toy looked. I don't actually know what that would look like myself, but I think it's kind of similar to how I did with Warpath just now. I think it's meant to be something like that. That could be wrong. Might have to look up how that works. Anyway, the robot, Brawn. TF-Wiki also gave a warning that his head can chip the paint, so you have to give it a full 360 rotation first, so... That also doesn't snap into place, I kind of feel like it should. Never mind. Yeah, his head does look all the way around. Kind of hard to get your fingers around and do a full 360 because this back panel's there, but you can just pull that forward and then tuck it back. So that's easy at least. Shoulders are on ball joints, just like Warpath, so the same range of motion there. Upper elbow rotation, elbow bend, almost 180 degrees there. Look at that. Very nice. The wrists do not rotate, they fold inwards, probably just for transformation, so you can give him a broken wrist look if you like. He does have a waist rotation, that's cool. Kind of only limited by the butt flap here. The mud flap. Which is the actual name of the Transformer. Outward rotation, swivel at the upper hip. Upper thigh rotation. A knee bend, just shy of 90 degrees. Feet that tilt outwards like that, so he can do the Jean-Claude Van Damme. And also... Oh, wait, no, he can't. The butt flap gets in the way. So he can't actually sit and do the splits properly. He has to sit on his own arse flap instead. Sad. I've also just noticed that Brawn's feet... Oh, I see. I thought he had a hidden toe to fold out there. But no, it's just that the feet are on two different hinges like that. Bony booty, yeah. Big ol' arse flap. I also think the thighs might be facing the wrong way. Yeah, just these pins, I think they usually favour the short end being the front-facing one, just to try and get as much colour in that piece as possible. There we go. That looks a bit more normal to me. I don't know what this music is, I just searched video game music. The song's called Stupid Computer Error. Brilliant. Epidemic music. Epidemic sound, sorry. Always bringing out the gems. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite a fan of the Studio Series line. It's kind of similar to the Age of the Primes line, where they're just taking these characters and just really giving it their all with the new modern materials of 2026 and the new design processes. Honestly, Hasbro have just been absolutely cooking with the Transformer designs lately, which is, you know, a major reason why I got back into the mainline scene, and I'm no longer just looking for Masterpiece guys. Like, I mean, these guys are all Masterpiece level, but down there, that's mainline stuff. That's Generation Selects. That's obviously HasLab, Omega Prime, but then the guys out front, Legacy, Studio Series, Age of the Primes, stuff like that. So, you know, I've got a good mix of stuff now. Anywho. Let's give him back his gun. Pew pew. Now that I've actually got the correct instructions. It's absolutely wild. How do you get a reseal that wrong? Like, surely... Like, this wasn't even bundled up with those. This was separate. It was when I pulled out the backdrop that these were, like, underneath. And then the other instructions were, like, behind it. Like, someone knowingly put those inside that... Like, you know what? It doesn't bear thinking about. As long as I get what I paid for, and thankfully, you know, these aren't blind boxes. You can see what's inside them, and so I know that I've got the correct thing. But fuck me. Okay. Oh yeah, the backpack is shown a little bit different here. It shows this bit. Yeah, that bit folds up there. Okay. That makes it look a bit more natural, but then it doesn't snap in anywhere. It's just kind of loose. But that means he doesn't have the butt flap, so does that help his Jean-Claude Van Damme? Can he do the time cop? Oh, he's got a little sort of back butt weenus there. Doesn't quite get him to sit and do the splits. Never mind. Don't worry, Brawn. You'll do the splits someday. Right, let's turn him into a little 4x4. So this comes out and folds down. This folds up, in fact. And then we rotate this whole assembly around. Head fold forward. Rotate head. Arms up. Oh, and then on the yellow shoulder pieces, they fold down like that. Rotate the arms inward. Yeah, looks good. Fold the hands in. And then we flip. Right, so we're looking at it this way. Arms up and around like that, giving us the side windows of the car, and the arms pegged together in the middle, looking nice and neat and tidy there. Coming back up to this bit, this whole assembly rotates around. Okay, that's cool. I really like that. So that's the back panel that is behind his head. It rotates, and that's where the grille and headlights of the Jeep are. I really like that. That's a really nice design choice. And it works. Simple, but effective. Then that folds back up. Keep the legs apart. Oh yeah, and then clamp the feet around each other like that. They come down. Saying? Just put the hands down. Oh, I see. Oh, that was cleverly disguised. It's a transformer, so it should be. I don't even know how well it will show up on camera, but the fists. Might have to just make him do the splits. He's got these little gaps in his knuckles, which I didn't even notice. And they tab onto the upper thighs to lock all that in together. I do enjoy the hidden details during a transformation. All to help it be a good solid vehicle mode that isn't going to fly apart and expose the robot within. Right, so they're in place. Now these come out to the side. I'm guessing these are just going to fold up alongside the vehicle. I mean, it's cool that they're there. They don't stay in place that easily. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. This is coming around here. They're not holding together that well. And then this comes down on top. And then I think that comes down again to cover the back. Yeah. Ah, that's pretty great. I really like that. Yeah, this front section I don't think is holding together super well. There's nothing tabbing in the tops here. There's some bits on the side of his like neck that tab in just below the wheels, but nothing at the top. And I feel like there should be something at the top. But really, it's like I said, yeah, it's overall a solid little, quite square 4x4. I actually really dig it. I can't quite describe it. I like the detailing of the little hidden fuel tank at the back. That being unpainted is a bit sad because you know they've included the windscreen wiper there. It would have been nice if that was painted blue. And it's not even like it. I guess they did it because they didn't want it to scratch up because this bit folds right over on top of it. But I mean, just give us a sticker or something, you know. I need to get one of those. I've seen these things on Instagram where people get like, are they acrylic markers? I think, and they just make colouring in action figures look really easy. So I've kind of been thinking about it to repaint my Masterpiece Bumblebee, but then I just think, well, you could also do it on stuff like that. I don't quite know exactly how they work. Whether you have to apply something to the surface you're going to colour in. I need to do some research. Anyway, yeah, I really dig. I'm trying to say both at the same time. This little vehicle mode, just a great looking chunk of Autobot car, Autobot off-road goodness. Although he isn't going off-road very well because there's almost no clearance between the wheels and the undercarriage. He does roll pretty well on a flat surface though, so. A highway, no problem. But going to the beach, Brawn's not your guy. And then, of course, you can add his rifle to the roof. Looks a little bit out of place. There's, I don't think there's anywhere else it can go. Unless there's some clever clog storage somewhere else. Yeah, no, there might be, but I don't see it. So we'll just keep it on his roof. There we are, Studio Series 86 Brawn. Big fan of the vehicle mode. I think... I don't know what I think, I just think it's cool. Yeah, there we go. So that's 2 down. That's Brawn and Warpath done. God, what a fucking revelation with the instructions, eh? Wow. Makes me wonder what's going to be in the next reseals. So, Tracks or Perceptor? I reckon I'll do the model kit last, because I think that's going to take the longest amount of time. God. Yeah, I think my headphones are on the way out. They're not sitting right. Maybe the heat has got to them. Let's do Perceptor. So this is another reseal that there's been an uptick in price. So yeah, let's see what we get. What did I pay 35 quid for? Oops. Good job I don't keep the boxes. Okay. There is Perceptor. Good. He's holding his gun again, so that's in there. We have the instructions for Perceptor, so that's good. So far, everything is accounted for. Yeah, there's a Studio Series backdrop there, whatever. Oh, no, beg pardon. This is the backdrop. The battle on Autobot City. To the recycling you go. No extra instructions. It's all Perceptor, baby. Which is good. No startling revelations. Alright. Perceptor's looking a bit of a mess. Let's get him looking neat and tidy. Oh yeah, he's also a bit dusty. Let's... Oh, you poor thing, you've been mistreated. You've been left on shelf to die. so glad I thought of the paintbrush idea to dust off my figures, because it really works. Okay. Perceptor appears to have a stanky leg mode, which I like. That's very funny. Oh, he's actually pretty great. I like the proportions. His shoulder cannon is fucking obscene at how big it is. Yeah. There he is. Looking mighty fine. A very excellent version of a legacy character. He didn't actually, you know, it's Studio Series 86. Perceptor didn't actually debut in the 86 movie. He debuted in the second season of the cartoon. So, yeah, they've just they've found an excuse to do a new version of Perceptor under the Studio Series line. But yeah, God, the shoulder cannon is massive. I do the other version of Perceptor I have, which is the third-party X-Transbots Jansen version. I think his shoulder cannon doesn't look as big because you can like pinch it together and shorten it. Obviously, this doesn't have that. This is all one. You know, that's as long as it'll go. I also believe it has a functioning eye view. I don't know how well. Hang on. Yeah, that ain't working. I can't hold it steady enough. But if I put my eye to it, yeah, it's too blurry. I can't tell if it works. I can't tell if he's an actual working microscope when he transforms. Well, yeah, again, he feels great. Just like Brawn, he's got that Studio Series quality. Sorry, I think I said 2026 for them. I think they might be either 24 or 25. Maybe not as recent as this year. But still in this era of, you know, again, the new high-quality plastics and design. He feels really great. I think he looks really great. His movements are nice and smooth. Speaking of which, so his shoulder cannon can move all around. You can have it, you know, right down his back if you like to. It's on a little ratchet joint, as well as some quite long arms. So I like that kind of movement about him. Also means he can look to the left without staring into his cannon. You can just lift it up and get him to look that way. His head is kind of on a ball joint, but mostly limited to rotation. You can't really tilt it very far, or look up or down. Arms are once again on a ball joint. So all the same movements that we've seen already this evening. Elbow joint to 90 degrees, pretty much exactly. His fists do not move independently, but they rotate inside his forearm. That's about it. He has a waist rotation. He's got a little socket there for some premium docking. Oh yeah, there's his stanky leg mode. or you call it his John Wayne. Or walking like he shat himself. Perceptor, more like Pooceptor. Oh, or you can do his Sailor Moon kind of pose. Like knees bent inward. Ooh, kawaii. I haven't seen Sailor Moon, I apologise profusely to any Sailor Moons watching. Is that an extra feature of motion, that his legs can just bend outwards and inwards like that? Oh well. Hips don't lie. Hips go up and down, out to the side. Ooh. Oh no, Perceptor. You have to press them a little bit further. He does have an excellent Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can even use the shoulder cannon behind him for added support. Very good Perceptor. We knew you had it in you. Never underestimate the science nerd. They may be able to do the splits at any moment. His knees. So again, we've seen on the lower hip that... Oh, sorry. Upper thigh rotation as well. The knees or lower thighs kind of fold out to the side, weirdly. I think they're part of transformation, but it's there. Knees. I can't name that degree of motion off the top of my head. I just know it's beyond 90 degrees. His feet, ankle tilts out to the side. That's it. There is a toe bend, but it only bends down. So you got a little bit of motion there. But yeah, he's great in hand. Also, considering he has no heel support, he stands up pretty well as well. Really nice, stable guy. He can hold his gun, but he does also have weapon storage on his back, so you can just pop it there. I don't think Brawn had. Oh no, he does have backpack storage because that is his back when he transforms. So yeah, they've both got weapon storage. They can both hold it in their hands. So Perceptor, or at least this Perceptor, is actually a triple changer. He wasn't in the film, nor has he, I think, ever been in the 80s cartoon. But Hasbro seemed to feel that turning into a microscope isn't exciting enough. I know, shocker. So they actually have a tank mode for him. Looks like you can just switch that out easily from the microscope mode. So we'll transform him into the microscope mode, and then we'll look at the tank mode. To be fair, my X-Transports version has a tank mode as well. Very weak, but it is a tank mode. Okay, Perceptor, what are we doing? We're turning your head around. And then popping your head down behind you, like that. There we go, he has a secret headless mode. Shoulders out and down. Facing this way, rotate that out to the side. And then, oh cool. That just makes it central, so he's actually got a kind of cyclopean laser cannon mode now. Oh, is that meant to click into place, is it? Oh, like that, okay, yeah. Then this shoulder piece comes up, and that's very cool. That's designed to lock that into place so that it's not loose and going everywhere. This bit's meant to move, I mean this bit doesn't go anywhere. Love it. Arms out to the side. Rotate these around. Rotate the arms as well. Yeah, and that just puts those like that. Okay. Yeah. Fold the wrists in. Oh, apparently these are meant to be facing that way. Oh, and then they come up and fit into the sides like that. I jumped the gun a bit there, but I kind of figured that was going to go that way. Sit the legs down in front of him like that. Yep, fold that down, put that there, already done that. Toes in. Oh, out to the side. Oh, and then they bend at the extra knee place. There you go, that's his microscope mode. Yes, the instructions are sticking to my arm because of how warm I am. Oh, and the gun can just about stay in the same place as it does in his robot mode. Not all the way in, because his head gets in the way. But again, it's always nice to have weapon storage. I am a big fan of accessory and weapon storage. So yeah, Perceptor turns into a microscope first and foremost. But let's just take a quick look at the forced tank mode. So we've got to angle him that way a bit. Oh, I see. Do they just literally bend round this way? Is that right? Oh, yeah. No, I see it now. These little tabs on his arm go into little divots in the legs there. And that's it. That's his tank mode. I guess it's more like an artillery platform, which is kind of cool. Like you could even see this as like the shield that stops the backblast from harming whoever stood behind him. But yeah, there's tank treads there, so it is technically meant to be able to move. But that was a really quick transition. I really like that. Again, it's another design feature that I found quite surprising. I quite liked that. Yeah, the hips didn't quite rotate where they needed to, so there was some stuff popping out there. And for the tank mode, it suggests that you can put the gun here on the side of the barrel. I feel like that's not really sitting there very well either, though. In fact, that's the only place it suggests to put it. Never mind. There is Studio Series 86 Perceptor. One transformer left, and then model kit time. How are we doing for time? I've only been live for just shy of an hour. All my ice cubes melted because I was jabbering too much shit about Transformers. Ugh. Okay. A reseal of Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy tracks. So the War for Cybertron trilogy made it into a cartoon. But a lot of the designs that came through never really made it into the show. We got Earthrise Optimus Prime, which was like his Earth mode, vehicle mode. But for the whole cartoon, he was only ever in his Kingdom mold, which was like just a Cybertronian truck. I don't know what the fuck they've done here, so I'm just tearing it at this point. Yeah, there we go. You I can make out. Oh, BT dubs. Do you want to know something cool that I learned recently? I don't know if this applies to original Beast Wars, but so the Beast Wars like iconography is like it's like a dinosaur eye. So that it's this, but the iris is the arc from Transformers falling down to Earth. I've never noticed that detail before, and I fucking love it. Okay, any secret instructions we should know about? Nope, you're empty. The instructions are for tracks. We have succeeded. Brawn was the only guy to have some weird-ass instructions included with his actual instructions. Okay. So Trax is another guy who I have a masterpiece version of. But, you know, I've kind of quite like having multiple versions of characters. Straight out of the box, He's very floppy. Not good. I think the War for Cybertron stuff was quite a few years before they started doing studio series, so old design choices, older materials, only by a few years, but old they are. My Legacy Armada Starscream has the same problem, he's very floppy. There are ways to deal with like floppy joints. You can use like a tiny dab of super glue and then just keep moving it until the glue sets, and then you've like got like an extra little layer providing some friction. In the past I've also used sticky tape. You can put sticky tape over the joint, and that will again just add that extra layer of material to give it more friction between the two joints that you're trying to move. I think nail varnish works too, or just varnish in general, just something that adds a coating. Right, we've dusted him off. With Dustin Hoffman. Nope, sorry, his back is still dusty. Okay. Ooh, that's very loose. Okay. Okay, well, first impressions of how he looks. He does look like a mini masterpiece of the figure. How well does he stand, considering how floppy he is? Oh dear. Might have to do some surgery on this guy to get him to stop falling over. There you go. But a little bit of motion, and he falls over. Shame, shame. Tracks is the weakest of the lot so far. But you know, not in terms of looks. You know, he looks great. The paint apps are cool. You've got his red and yellow on his forearms there. That's textbook Tracks. Nothing painted on the shoulder wings. His right shoulder does seem to like to move backwards. It doesn't really lock in place coming forwards. The wheels are in the right place. You can also move these wings around. I think I would have liked if they locked into place so that they're always in the right position. Otherwise you have to kind of just use guesswork. The backpack folds up nicely, much better than the Masterpiece version does. These come off separately. The Masterpiece version has them fold away quite nicely. But yeah, I mean, a great colour blue. His face sculpt is really good. Yeah, it's just a bit of a shame of how floppy his thighs are. It's literally only these bits. Like, yeah, coming out to the side, there's enough resistance there. Actually, while we're doing that, how is his Jean-Claude Van Damme? It's very, very good. Very nice Tracks. Your legs are good for something after all. Oh, yeah, there you go, yeah. If you lift up the crotch flap, you can get to the mushroom pegs in here. That felt wrong. Which is good, because that means I can apply something in there, give the legs a wiggle, and they should that should help them move a bit better, a bit more tightly. The shoulders, really nice and tight. The waist is nice and tight. Again, the wrists don't really move, but like with the other guys tonight, the forearms, the hands, fold into the forearms. His head, kind of like Brawn, a little bit hard to get to, but you can just about get in there. That's kind of on a ball joint. I think a ball joint anyway, but he's got kind of upward head motion, but can look left and right. The shoulders, yeah, these are doing a kind of a good job at... No, there you go. Yeah, so that's kind of what I meant about these earlier. Like if they locked into place, I think that might help them not move when you're moving his arm. Because otherwise, if you put them into where they're meant to go, which traditionally is just like a sort of angled direction out of his shoulders, when you move his arm up, the wing goes with it, and then when you move his arm down, it stays there. So constant like maintenance to have to keep those in position. Knee bend is good. That's looks like a proper 90 degrees. The outer leg here rotates in a direction which, you know, again, I keep making comparisons to the Masterpiece version. Of course I would, because the Masterpiece version is the only version of tracks I've had until now. But this is not locking in place very well. His feet are kind of floating. They're only attached to his outer leg piece. There's nothing to attach them to his inner leg. But that does kind of help, because it gives him a little bit more room to have that ankle tilt. He can rotate his feet up and down as well. Yeah, it's just a problem that he can't really stand up on his own very well. And there's his pistol. Oh dear. Okay, let's turn him into a car. His car will have no excuse to fall over. Ugh, excuse me. Take these away for now. Fold the hands up. Then come around to the back and take this up. And all the way up like that. And then that bit folds out there, that's also dusty. So we got the car roof done, and then down here we're dropping the lower body down, pushing in the chest panel, and then rotating that. Oh, okay, his waist swivel popped off a bit there. These fold up. And these fold up and over. What are you showing me instructions? Okay. Oh, no, the feet. Oh, I see. The leg collapses there. And yeah, there we go. Awkward for. Okay, I think that was pretty much it. Unless that rotates that way. Oh right, then the feet tuck in like that. These bits fold over, which I've done. Okay. Pin the front legs together, I've done that. Oh, then this bit rotates on its own. Like that. Huh. Oh, right. No. Should have left that where it was. That comes down here. Not the smoothest transformation out of these guys so far. I think the Warpath Cybertron stuff very much feels like a different era at this point. There we go. Right, okay. That's that bit. Wait, is this whole bit facing the wrong way? Like, his head is currently there. I feel like the instructions want it to be in there. Oh, for fuck's sake. I've only just got the canopy on. Why? And now it's... Come on, free yourself. I'm really gonna have to do this to get it out as well. Very poor show. I feel like I'm gonna break it, but oh my god. Right, hang on, bear with me. There we go. So this bit rotates like that, and that bit's rotating. Okay. Yeah, that looks a bit more natural. God, the whole thing is like coming apart as I try and move stuff around. Okay, good. How did I miss that? Anyway. So, these out to the side. Is it showing to put the arms... No, it wants the arms under the car. They come into there. Fold them down. Okay, after all that, that's a very nice Corvette Stingray, or Corvette Stingray adjacent car. A nice blue Autobot car. Always a big fan of blue and white. They are, after all, the Robo colours. But that transformation was a bit complex for what it should be. Very rewarding endpoint, though. Yeah, very fancy car mode. Yeah, there's no getting around it. These store a little bit more awkwardly than they do on the Masterpiece version. Literally just like that. Although there are some 5mm pegs on the side as well, so you could have it there. Or there. Or there is still one at the back, but it doesn't offer enough clearance for the with wheels. There we are. But we're not finished, because Tracks, of course, has a famous extra mode, not quite a full transformation, but an extra sort of upgrade to his alt mode. He'll make you believe an Autobot can fly. So we pull those up, splay them out to the side like they were pre-car mode. And then this way the arms just fold. I don't think they peg into place, they just fold down the side of the car. That's okay. Oh, no, tell a lie, it wants us to rotate them to face that way. I mean, they still don't peg in anywhere, but... shoulder wings out to the side. We can fold up these white fins that I encountered earlier. And then we put these on the back. And yeah, that is his airborne mode. There's no sort of peg or hole underneath to like just put him on a display stand or anything. But I think that's a pretty faithful, you know, flying mode. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, God, you can really... It's kind of hard to portray over camera, but you can really feel the difference between the War for Cybertron Kingdom stuff and the more modern, the more recent stuff from the past couple of years. War for Cybertron Kingdom was like early 2020s. God, fuck me. So like, yeah, 6 years ago. I don't think he's aged particularly well. Again, we saw how floppy he was straight out of the box. Yes, he's pre-owned, probably got a lot of play at some point. But over time, I'd like to think that the more recent figures, like they hold their limbs together a bit better. But we don't know yet. It's too early. But yeah, Tracks will definitely need some TLC at some point. Anyway, that's all the transforming robots done. But before we bring them all out for an encore, it's time to build a model kit, baby. Not a model kit, baby. Transformers CT01 from Blokees Wheels. This is Optimus Prime, heavily inspired by his IDW truck mode. Which is another one that I have a Masterpiece version of. But it does have custom options to give him the traditional G1 smokestack look as well. The trailer comes with all the bells and whistles that you can expect. Yeah, so Blokees have just branched out into doing little model cars, which I think is really cool. Not in the same sense as the Blokees figures. They all all the parts are usually loose for that one. I think because this one's a bit bigger, they're on like sprues and trays and stuff. Oh wow, very fancy. We get like premium polystyrene baggies with the trailer parts in. There's what looks like instructions or like a character sheet or something. Bag of parts. More bits protecting the shiny. And another bag of parts. There we go. Yeah, cool. Nice, simple instructions there. A bit small, but the steps are simple. That's a good thing about Blokees. You haven't got to dedicate yourself to a right, you know, build sesh. You can just crack on with it. Right, let's have a swig of water. Will Robo drop Blokees on the floor? We will see. Now, this is a bit awkward. The fan, which is very much needed, the fan is blowing the instructions around because they're so small. I will put it... you can see it moving on its own. I'm going to do the trailer first because I said so. I don't think these are all the trailer bits, no. I like that they did this though. Like they're not metal, but they do have a nice metallic sheen to them, so they've kind of protected the paint on them. One of these will be the truck cab, one of these will be the rest of the trailer. And this is... That's the truck cab, so we'll get to that later. Wow. Okay. So... we want... this bit goes onto the underside of the trailer there, but we've got to put some wheels on it. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do roller first. Although actually, no, I think we are going to need the truck cab parts because there's pieces here that are missing from the instructions I'm looking at. Cool. I think the Optimus cab might be metallic. It feels quite weighty, and that it's also separated in a little plastic bag. Right, so roller. Roller together, that should be quite easy. These bits are all the same. Ah. Oh, did one of them upside down. Ugh. Okay. Once we put that together, then we get this. Put that over the top. Oh yeah, that went well. Then Roller's wheels are, is it these? They could be. Oh no, all these. No, they make more sense. Oh, the circus has come to town, everyone. Grab your tickets now. A Robo Prime Game Circus. Again, this isn't what I searched for on Epidemic Sound. I searched for video game music. And now we're getting bloody Cirque du Soleil. So that is mostly roller. The wheels roll very well, very smoothly. Yeah, that's it for that. I don't think anything else goes on top. No, okay. Let's do the combat deck, or the auto launcher, sorry, which is this. And then we have, what's that? No idea what that is. It's like a little... Why is it telling me to use that piece? It's not even in here. Oh, it's this piece. Oh, it's not telling me to put it in there. It's telling me to put it here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We get the tiny little satellite dish that comes up on the side of the combat thing. Okay. Then we have... No, not that bit. This bit. And this bit. No, no, no. Oh, okay, it's that bit. Okay, there we go. And then we get the mechanical arm. And that folds up nicely on there. Oh, cool. Yep, that's in there. And then that attaches here. Cool. So that gives us the bendy arm that sits on. And then this clips in there. It should do. Yep, and then we get the canopy over there. Cool. Checking if I've got this the right way around. Hang on. Oh yeah, no, I did. This is correct. So that bit's done. Then I think we can actually move on to the trailer itself now. Starting with, we'll go back to the wheels that I tried doing earlier. So that was this. Oh yeah, the wheels. So. Is that this? So that just plugs in there. Okay, yeah. And then that. Alright, cool. So that's how the wheels will be going on. Shit on it. Got the hubcaps the wrong way round. Ugh. I did wonder why some of these grey wheels had like studs, like bolts textured into them, and some didn't. Okay, I didn't drop a Blokees on the floor. I did drop my screwdriver on the floor. There we go. And now they actually click into place better as well. Right, now that I've learnt from my mistake, let's build these properly. Cool. Wheels on. And then sticking out of which side? Maybe that'll be easier to do once it's on here. There you go, so the wheels on the bottom of the trailer like that. This is the back of the trailer, which goes, yep, like that. Very nice. Also move this there. Yep, and that's the trailer support. Cool. Okay, that's that. And these function just as they do in traditional Transformers lore. Get a nice wide support base for the combat deck mode. Okay, now we actually get to attach these, I think. Ah, that's not going to preserve the paint job, is it? There we go. This bit should be self-explanatory. Pegs meet holes. There we go. So that is a pretty bitchin' trailer. Super shiny, nice and lightweight, and it's got all the functionality that you would expect from it, which includes, again, if we just open these out like we did before, we can split these open and boom, combat deck mode. Roller can live inside quite happily, and this thing can sit here at the back. There you go. Very cool that they've included this kind of playability in the model kit. Wasn't expecting it at all. And I am 100% here for it. Oh, and because it's roller can pull the trailer themselves. Alright, that means all that's left is Mr. Prime himself. Okay, yeah, so the smokestacks or the kind of hood, spoiler on top of the truck, you can interchange those quite easily, so that's good. Doesn't matter which way that's facing. Guess not. But but it does have it facing that way. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I need a microscope to read these instructions, but I think I've got that bit correct. And these fuel tanks. Assembled the same way as the trailer wheels are. Up, and this goes on the track. Which way around? That way. Cool. He has a fully, well, not fully, but he's got a detailed interior there, like the actual cab. I like that. Front there. Oh, this bit needs to go on the back. Can I do that while it's there? Yes, good. And then this on the back. We're almost finished. I don't think this is die-cast now. Doesn't feel cold. But like the trailer, it is shiny, so maybe that's why. So we get the transparent bit there for the windows, the cab and such. Although they don't seem to be lining up very well. Come on. All the way to the top, please. Oh, bloody hell, aren't they? Yeah, see that transparent bit, that's holding up the whole show. And I'm not doing it wrong, because there's literally no other way it could fit in there. But hey. Hang on, let me just get some special focus on this off camera. Oh. Let's say. Oh, there we go. I guess it just needed some extra force. But there is a very nice, dinky Optimus Prime. I think someone, was it earlier in the stream, was asking whether it's Matchbox scaled, maybe? Or maybe that was yesterday's stream. And I think that's pretty much spot on. It looks narrow enough to go down the Matchbox or Hot Wheels like tracks, doesn't it? But yeah, there is the trailer as well. Ah, he's great. What a lovely little authentic model kit. And not many extra parts. Literally just the smokestacks, which can be swapped out as easily as this. So there you are with your more traditional truck mode look, which I think I prefer. Yeah, look at that. Very nice indeed. Dinky Prime. Dinky Prime. Makes you think of Dinky Toys, doesn't it? The old toy car manufacturers. Cool. And I guess, yeah, because it's here, you can just store the extra pieces in the trailer. So I guess, like any Optimus Prime trailer like this, you can also stand it up like that. Yeah, there you go. Pretty darn wicked. There we go. That's almost the conclusion. Let's just bring out all the chaps we've met this evening. Oh my god. There you go, Space. Blokees dropped on the floor. It happened. Poor old Roller has rolled his last. I bet you wish you'd done a prediction now, didn't you? Okay, so yeah, Blokees Optimus, Warpath Cybertron Kingdom Tracks, let's put him there, Studio Series Perceptor, Studio Series Brawn, and of course, Combiner Wars Warpath. What a mishmash of different Transformers from different eras, some good, some bad, some great. Now let's turn these guys back into robots and this guy back into a tank. Blokees Prime is of course non-transforming. How did this work again? Yeah, like that. There we are. Combiner Wars Warpath. Brawl. really love how that works. That's so cool. There we go. Studio Series Brawn. Series Perceptor, and then floppy. I mean, WFC Kingdom Tracks. And these bits don't sit in here very well either. Such a pain to come loose. There we go. Figure out how the legs work again. There we go. Okay, the outside of his lower legs They seem to come loose really easily, but I think they're meant to kind of just nestle alongside these grey pieces here. Okay. There's Tracks. We'll see if he can stand the test of time. Nope. God, I'm pretty sure that was just the fan, I think. Oh my god. And as soon as he falls over, everything comes loose. Oh, I can give him kind of ostrich legs. That might help him stay standing. It's a shame, because, you know, he is actually pretty good looking. He's a great looking robot. He's just very easily thrown off balance. Get trucked. There we go. There is the unboxing stream finished. For now. There will be more. Watch for the schedule next week. That'll be it from me. Just a short stream. God, that was barely over an hour, was it? Oh, just shy of 2 hours. Okay, fine. So, sort of approaching my normal halfway point. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to bother raiding. I usually think it's usually pretty quiet on a Tuesday. So, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have tuned in, I will see you tomorrow for some Call of Cthulhu. Farewell.